What is going on, guys? It is your boy Atian, and in today's video, we're gonna be doing predictions for the upcoming week of the CDL, week 2 or 3 of the second stage. I think it's actually week 3. So yeah, we're gonna be getting into it right away. Last week's games were honestly pretty dreadful to watch. A lot of 3-0s, way more 3-0s than really expected. Hopefully this weekend there's a lot closer matches because at the end of the day, that's what makes things entertaining when the series go the distance. So yeah, starting with Boston Breach and the Carolina Royal Ravens. To be honest, both these teams are fucking horrible. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna go Carolina. I think Breach genuinely just suck. I mean, they're definitely on blow it up watch. I actually at the time of this recording, they picked up Spart, so Breach is just completely cooked. They've always been cooked, but I honestly thought they'd be better this season. But man, they've just been consistently playing bad, so I can't even back them. Carolina is definitely beating them. FaZe versus Falcons. I think FaZe is going to come out really, really mad, especially since they did get Neslo'd by G2 Minnesota. So expect FaZe to come out swinging. Falcons did beat, who did they beat? I think Falcons actually beat a formidable team. No, they didn't. They beat Ravens, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who Falcons beat, but last week they played really good in the series that they won. I think they're actually gonna mad, but I think FaZe is gonna dominate this series. I think FaZe is kind of a mismatch for the Falcons. They're super consistent in every single game mode. Falcons is really hit or miss, so I think FaZe is gonna take care of business here. And then to end off the day, we got Cloud9 New York versus Pair Shuttlemates. Pair Shuttlemates is gonna destroy them easily 3-0. This shouldn't be televised because what mates are gonna do to Cloud9, it's gonna be bad, bro. It's gonna be bad. On Saturday, to kick things off, we got G2 Minnesota versus the Riyadh Falcons. This matchup is actually gonna be really, really interesting. I can actually see a world where Falcons wins because G2 is a very inconsistent team. G2 can lose to anybody, but they can also beat anybody. Um, but I think G2 will take care of this. I think for some reason, I think this will actually go the distance. I think this will go all the way to a map 5. I don't know why. I have a feeling that G2 is gonna Neslo again, or they're just gonna just straight up win some hard points and clutch it up in a last map S&D. Miami Heretics versus Toronto KOI, El Clasico. The two Spanish orgs that hate each other. Which one is gonna come out on top? I have Toronto Koi taking it 3-2. I think Koi is gonna win in a map 5. I think ever since they picked up Kips, this team has been looking really, really good. I know they got dominated by Thieves, but those maps were actually really close. And I think if they don't troll, they could actually win that series. So now that they have Kips, this team just looks so much better. Obviously, they still have their issues and whatnot, but they're playing much more consistent Call of Duty. Miami Heretics, there's still some issues with Miami Heretics, like people have been hard on Koi, but Heretics has been showing some weaknesses too. They're not been it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for Miami Heretics. So I actually think Toronto Koi will come out wanting it more, especially to prove that they're actually a good team with Kips. So I think they'll win 3-2. Carolina Royal Ravens versus the Vancouver Surge. I think this will actually go to a map 5. For some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm feeling 3-2 Ravens. I was gonna go Vancouver Surge, but I'm actually gonna go with the Carolina Royal Ravens. But I wouldn't be surprised if Surge won because both these teams are not really that good and they're very inconsistent and they're really coin flippy. So either of them can either 3-0 each other or beat each other 3-2. But more often than not, I would edge Ravens to win that. And then to close out the day, we got a fucking banger. We got Los Angeles Thieves versus OpTic Texas. One of the biggest matchups all year. When Thieves plays OpTic, it's always a banger. Who's gonna take it this time around? Man, I'm gonna go OpTic Texas. I think OpTic Texas takes it 3-2. I think they take it 3-2 now. Listen, I like Thieves a lot, but schedule has like they've been playing a lot of bad teams, and obviously that's not their fault. But I just think OpTic are just better still. I think OpTic are a better hardpoint team. They're a better S&D team. I think Thieves with Neum, they're still kind of learning. They've been showing a lot of weaknesses still. Some of the previous problems that they had with Kenny hasn't just completely gone away. Even though they're 4-0, I think that once they really like this will really test how good they are. You know, if Thieves lose and they get slammed, those wins against the other teams will mean nothing. But if Thieves are able to come out and make it a really, really competitive series, you have something to look forward to, you know. But if they win, then it'll be like, wow, Thieves is actually like back. They're like arguably the best team in the game right now. So gonna be a really, really good matchup, but I got Optic Texas taking it in a Mat 5 S&D. And to close out the week on Sunday, we got Genomates versus Koi, which is gonna go to Genomates 3-1. It's gonna be a dominant win from the parish Genomates. For some reason, I wouldn't be shocked if Toronto won that, but I don't think they will. We got Boston Breach versus FaZe Vegas. FaZe Vegas is gonna destroy them 3-0. Even with Spark, I think FaZe is just they're gonna just completely humble them. Cloud9 versus Miami Heretics. I got the Miami Heretics, but I'm actually gonna give Cloud9 a map. I think Cloud9 will actually win a map. Cloud9, they're actually decent at search and destroy. They actually were doing really well versus Optic. They showed a lot of offensive rounds. But for the most part, if this team gets their shit together, they can actually be a solid team. They just have to learn the fundamentals, but they can definitely shoot their guns. Like this team has gunny. They have a lot of talent. They just need to know how to play around each other. And once they do that, once they unlock each other's potential fully, once they actually understand the maps, the rotations, you know, timings, this team can actually be really, really solid. Like I can see this team being better than Breach, Surge, and Ravens. So yeah, they can definitely climb up as the season goes on if they get consistently better. But for now, Miami Heretics is gonna take that. And then to end off this week, we got a DoorDash fucking series. We got Optic Texas versus the Vancouver Surge, which is obviously gonna be a 3-0 for Optic Texas. I'll be really, really shocked if Surge takes an overload, I won't be shocked. But if Surge takes a hard point or an S&D, I'll be kind of concerned because Surge is one of the worst teams in the league. Optic is a top three, top two team in the league, so they should always be taking care of that series comfortably. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Let me know what series you're most excited for. Give me your predictions down in the comment section below. Make sure to do your pick'ems on the official CDL website. And yeah, I think again, LA versus Optic is gonna be a fucking banger. I wouldn't be surprised if LA wins, but I'm predicting Optic to win that. I think they'll get their revenge from last time when Kenny completely fried them. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.